Hello, Tim Romero here, and in this tutorial we're going to be talking about the whiteboard. Now there's a lot to the whiteboard, so this might be a little longer training video than some of the others you've seen. And again, we're starting here right in the login page on my meeting room here. I am logged in as a host with the username demo and as a guest under my name, Tim Romero. And again, that's to sort of toggle back and forth and show you both views. So, as always, to access the whiteboard or any of the meeting tools, we start here by going to Meeting Tools. And we go down here and you see the whiteboard. And now the whiteboard is loaded and it's displaying on my computer as well as any guests' computers that you may have logged into the meeting room. Now this is pretty cool, and as I've been, discovering this myself, I found a lot of pretty cool things. Some of the things are very basic. Basically where you start everything is right here with selecting a tool. And then what that allows you to do is select we got the pointer tool, we got the rectangle tool, which is actually more than just a rectangle tool. If you click there, you can see this is where you grab your pen tool from if you want to write on the page. Okay, there's other line tools if you just want to do lines. Okay, you've got these. I'm assuming that you're going to have some sort of background that you'll be working on, which I'll get to in a minute, how to load images and things like that. But basically you got these various shape tools. If you ever want to change the fill color of a particular tool, you can go and select that here. And once again, here we'll go ahead and grab the oval tool, and you can see it's a different color because of the color fill selection. You also got a text tool right here, where you can, let me go ahead and clear this stuff off. Let's undo some of this stuff. By the way, you see what I'm doing there? There's an undo button. Okay, so you can undo these things. And we're going to go ahead and use this text tool here for a minute. And as you can see, I can type text. Okay, with the text tool, and I can select the font size and all these. Again, just get around here and play. If I hit my enter key, well, now that's posted on the page there. Okay, so there's other various tools here. Let me go ahead. This is something cool I want to get into. If you can actually have more than one whiteboard open at a time. You'll notice it says right here tab 1. If I go over here and mouse over, you see that little X there, it says add whiteboard. So I can go ahead and add another whiteboard. So if I want to start another whiteboard, I can do that. Okay. The reason I wanted to mention this is because now, oh, here's another, this is a grid tool. You just grab the grid and go like that. And of course, if you wanted to, undo that, change, if you wanted a different fill color, once again, you can grab that and then put that on there as your grid. Okay, and just so you know, the guest over there on the Tim Romero computer is following along. Another cool thing is that is that you can import images, okay, onto a whiteboard, and I'm just going to show you an example of that. We go here where it says load images. I have got some saved here, I believe. Let me see here. Yeah, I got some whiteboard image samples, for example. And I can, okay, here we go, whiteboard samples. Okay, here's a chart, that I just saved. Again, these are just some graphics I saved from the internet. So you can actually load images from your computer right here on the whiteboard. And then once again, here's your pointer tool. You can use that to point out specific areas, etc., etc. Now, another thing you can do that I've been giving a little bit of thought to is this. Let me go ahead and just close these tabs out. Okay. Now, I've noticed one thing here. If I try and close if you only got one tab open and you try and close it, what you're going to want to do is click Add Whiteboard. Okay. There's the tab we want to delete. And I just click that X, and now this becomes tab 1, and you got a clear blank screen. Okay, So, you know, as I always say, with all of these tools, the best thing to do is just come on in here and play around with them. But one thing I've been giving a little thought to is sort of using the whiteboard almost like for PowerPoint presentations. And the reason I mention that is because I actually have some images that I had created for splash screens. They're right here in this folder called PowerPoint images. And these were actually used on an actual PowerPoint. But I'm going to go ahead and just open one here. And I realize that these images are pretty big, you know, and we have to scroll down to see the whole thing. But you can play around, adjust the size of the PowerPoint images. But my whole purpose of showing you this is because let's say I have a PowerPoint, I maybe have them converted to images, and I just like to upload them and then use the whiteboard tools for annotation on those slides. So there I've added a co-browsing tutorial image. I'm going to go ahead and add another one. You'll notice that when I clicked on add whiteboard, it automatically brought me to the upload tool. And that is because I have this load image selected. And we'll just go ahead and add another one. Okay. And as you can see here, now I've got these different whiteboards basically. Sorry about that. Go ahead and get rid of that. I've got these tabs loaded up along the top here. Okay, so I could actually use this as a sort of a PowerPoint presentation. There again, there's my pointer tool if I want to use the annotations and the line tools, etc. But I can click back and forth from tab to tab. Okay, and basically preload an entire presentation up here on the whiteboard. Here is another great feature, is this little disk. Okay, if I mouse over that, you can see what it says, save whiteboard. If you change the file name, you must add .wb, for example. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and click save that, and this will go ahead and call share desktop.wb. Okay, and then let's go ahead and well, we'll just save it here in that same folder because I want to show you what happens. And I'm going to go ahead and close down all these tabs, get rid of all these whiteboards, start a new one. Okay, and let's say I have done a presentation and I did a lot of whiteboarding, and you go, oh hey, that was pretty good, I think I want to save those whiteboards for future use. Well, that's what this is right here. After you've saved a whiteboard, you can click right here and click load whiteboard, and there it's going right to the folder, and you can see there's the shared desktop.wb that I just saved. And then when I click open, well, that'll bring that whiteboard up that I saved. Okay, it'll also save any annotations or anything like that. So now that I've shown you this, you might be thinking, okay, well, what if I have a guest in the meeting room who I would also like to contribute on the whiteboard? And once again, you've been seeing a lot of this. As always, in order for a guest to have access to any of the tools, it all starts right here with the guest rights. And as you probably know by now, you can grant rights to all guests. And as you should know by now, you can also just give guest rights to an individual. Okay, before I do this, what I want to do is toggle over to the Tim computer. Sorry, I have that pointer selector still activated. But let's go ahead and toggle over to the Tim Romero computer, the guest computer, for just a moment. And as you can see, Tim is looking at the whiteboard screen that I'm showing him, but he has no way to annotate or draw or anything like that or contribute until I allow him to through the guest rights. So back to the host computer. We're going to go ahead and select Tim's name from guest rights. I'm going to go ahead and grant him access to the whiteboard. And now if we go back over to the Tim Romero computer, you can now see that Tim now has access to all these annotation tools. Okay, and he can, use the same tools, the pen tool to annotate, etc., etc. He can go over to he can bounce back and forth between the tabs and things like that. And so he can actually participate. So again, this is sort of a good way for collaborating on things like that. So anyway, just wanted to show you that. Let's go ahead and get back to the host computer for just a sec. And once again, the best thing to do is to just come on into your meeting room and play around with these tools and try and save a few whiteboards. I know a lot of people may not have a need for a lot of these things, but it is here for those. Here's a background color tool. Like if I wanted to change the background of my whiteboards, I could come and select that here. You know, obviously it's only showing over here because this is actually a big image. But well, here I'll show you. Just show you that. That'll work better if we do it this way. Say there's I picked a, you know, ugly green color for the background, but you know, and then you just use the rest of the tools the same way. Okay, and I'm just hitting my enter key to post that text there, and then once again, you know, I've got access to all the other tools. Okay, so I know we covered a kind of a lot here, and again, there's a lot more to the whiteboard. So you know, be creative, think outside the box, and hey, if you're doing something real cool, and let me know. If you need any help at all, please don't hesitate to contact me. My number is right there. And this is Tim Romero again, signing off. Thanks for listening.